Tickling is an age-old form of human interaction that can evoke laughter and joy in people of all ages. It's a unique sensation that can make us feel ticklish and even a little uncomfortable, but have you ever tried to tickle yourself and failed to induce the same reaction? Tickling is a reflexive response triggered by a physical stimulus, like the touch of someone's fingers on your skin. When you're tickled, your body responds involuntarily, and you can't help but laugh and squirm. But when you try to tickle yourself, you don't get the same response. Why is that? The answer lies in the way our brains are wired. Our brains have evolved to distinguish between self-generated sensations and those that come from the outside world. When we tickle ourselves, our brain anticipates the sensation and filters it out, reducing its impact on our bodies. This filtering mechanism is known as sensory attenuation, and it plays a critical role in our motor control. When we move our bodies, our brains send out signals to our muscles, telling them how and when to contract. The cerebellum, a part of the brain that's responsible for motor control, predicts the movement of our hands when we try to tickle ourselves. This prediction helps to reduce the tickling sensation, even before it occurs. The cerebellum is also responsible for sensory processing, which means it receives and integrates sensory information from our bodies. When we tickle ourselves, the cerebellum receives less input than when someone else tickles us. This reduced sensory input makes it harder to induce a ticklish response. Interestingly, people with schizophrenia experience reduced sensory attenuation, which means they're more likely to tickle themselves successfully. This phenomenon may be related to their brain's difficulty in distinguishing between self-generated and external sensations. So, why can't we tickle ourselves? It's because our brain anticipates the sensation and filters it out, reducing its impact on our bodies. This filtering mechanism is critical for our motor control and helps us to distinguish self-generated sensations from those generated by external stimuli. However, some researchers believe that we may be able to tickle ourselves under certain conditions. For example, if we use a mirror to watch ourselves being tickled, the brain may not anticipate the sensation, and we may be able to induce a ticklish response. In conclusion, tickling is a fascinating phenomenon that has puzzled scientists and tickled our funny bones for centuries. While we may not be able to tickle ourselves, the science behind it is fascinating, and we're still learning more about how our brains process sensory information and control our bodies. Thanks for watching.